Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? I recently just got a car, so I'm doing pretty well. But anyways, let's get started with this video. So there's been a lot of confusion about pasting cheats ever since the May VACnet/VMT update about 2 months ago. A lot of cheats are either broken or they're detected because they use what's called VMT hooking. So if you don't know what that means, don't worry about that in this video. But in response to bHop, the reason people paste is because it's free. Who wants to pay $20 a month for a CSGO cheat when you can just make one undetected for free, right? But anyways, we're going to be pasting an external cheat, which means these are the few benefits of an external. So it doesn't require updating, at least this cheat doesn't. The same version has been working for 6 months after all these updates, which is good if you're lazy like me. It doesn't require an injector, so you don't have to worry about making that undetected, and it doesn't touch your FPS, which is another good thing. So first thing you're going to want to do is open this link, and this is the GitHub page of this cheat. As you can see, it was last updated 6 months ago, but you don't got to worry about that. So just download the zip file right here. And I already did that, so I already extracted it to a file, or a folder I should say. Now you're going to want to open it until you find the slin file. Now this is a C# project, so make sure you have C# installed on your Visual Studio as well as Windows SDK and stuff like that. So you're just going to want to open this, and I'm using Visual Studio 2017. It shouldn't matter what version you have as long as it's Visual Studio Community. Now the first thing you want to do is go to the top and make sure it's release x86. And if you don't have this, it might not actually compile correctly. So you want to do is go to this top bar right here, go to build solution, and this is going to make the cheat for you. Now I already did this, so it already says I already did this. But where it's going to be located is in bin x86 release, and then this is your cheat right here. So as you can see, 69 kilobytes. This isn't going to be detected, but what you're going to want to do is go to the folder you did before and put this in SIGBench. So we're going to be comparing this to the one that we're going to add junk code to. So now what you're going to want to do is, so once you have the junk code generator, it's actually pretty simple. I usually generate about 15 classes. You can read the rest the same, and it's going to generate things right here. Now just make sure you don't really change anything, and just Control A and then Control C. Now we're going to go in some of these files here. It doesn't really matter which files. I can just go to this file, for example. And after the using, before the namespace, just paste it in right here. Now there's one problem with this junk code generator, is it's going to generate some message box that show messages right here. So to fix that, you're just going to want to go to Edit, Find and Replace in Files, and just search message box and just replace it with a /, and that's going to comment out all of that code. So I've done this right now, and you can see it pretty much replaced all that. So now we can build, and don't worry about those error messages. Now if you get something like this, all you got to really do is you can just minimize this and then delete that line of code. Sometimes that's going to happen. It's just how the junk code generator will. Now basically what you're going to want to do is just repeat that process. So here's another 15 classes, generate, Control A, Control C, and we can go to the next .cs file, which stands for C# file, and right below the using we'll just paste this again, go to Edit, Find and Replace. Now you might find this kind of annoying, but this is just because that's how the junk code generator works. Now make sure every time it's the same message box, replace it with /, replace all, and it will do everything for you. But this actually only takes like maybe a few minutes to do a few files. I can go into CS process, do the same thing. Just make sure you generate a new junk code right here. And this is actually a lot of junk code very easily, so it's actually not that much work. So I'm just going to replace this, go down here, I'm going to generate another one, and Control A, Control C, do the same thing, and then replace that, and you just keep repeating this process. It doesn't take very long. So in the error list, actually, we're just going to remove some of these. I don't know why the junk code generator does this. You might want to get a better junk code generator, but it works for me because it doesn't really take that much time. So now we can build this, and then right here. So I'm just going to name this like _2 or something like that. And we're going to go back to that new folder in Sigbench. Now you can see this file is almost twice the size of the last file. It's actually more than twice the size. So we're just going to compare these two in Sigbench. So CSGO cheat and then CSGO cheat 2. So we're going to compare these. You see it's about like 35, 32% different. Now this is almost enough, but you're really just going to want to add just a little bit more junk code to this. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. You can go in offsets. You can go in really any C# file and do this. Now, even though these variables are never used, they're still pretty much affecting the junk code. So yeah, we got this error. We're just gonna have to do that thing again. Or actually, I guess it's not recognizing it yet. Just go to build, rebuild solution. And if you get some of these errors, even if you get these math.floor errors, you just delete this whole line of code. Let's see here. Now, we added a lot of junk code, so it's pretty easy to actually do this by just minimizing these lines of code and just delete that too. Just be careful that you don't get any syntax errors by doing this. If you know basic C# or C++, you'd be able to do this. But so now we can just build it again. And I know this is kind of a sloppy process, but it's actually a very easy way to make a cheat undetected, to make this cheat undetected actually. So once you're done, you can go back into bin x86 release, and here's the file. Now it's 258 kilobytes. I'm just actually rename this. So as you can see, we're getting like 35, 37% different. Now if you actually put the other one first, you know that it's 79% different. So this is actually just fine for an undetected cheat. This is actually going to be undetected. But if you see, if I compared the first one to the first one, you get 0% different because they're exact same file. But yeah, so now we can actually test this. So I'm gonna go on CSGO. Now this is one of my accounts I gave away to a friend, but I'm just gonna go on CSGO. Make sure you leave the exe file open because it is the exe file. So if you close it, it's gonna close the cheat. But yeah, we can test this out. We can go to harmless bots. And there you go. There's a glow ESP, has a little bit of an aimbot. Now you can actually change the glow. You can change the ESP and the aimbot and the keys and all that. And I'm going to show you just in a sec how you can do that. But there's no menu. So all this stuff is really hard coded in the cheat. And if you want to exit the cheat, you really just have to close the exe file. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to configure this cheat in the next part of this video. Alright, so to change the settings of the cheat or the config, it's actually pretty easy. You just got to go into the settings folder and open up config.cs. Now you can see these things are called regions. You have to double click it and it'll open for you. And basically here it says triggerbot enabled. If you want to disable the triggerbot, for example, you just put false in here, right here. There's delay, there's pause, there's stuff like that. I'm just going to change a few things. I'm going to change the aimbot FOV to 1.75 or actually 1.25. And we're going to change the aimbot smooth to 1.75. So it's going to be a fast aimbot with a really low FOV. Now, the RCS is actually pretty strong. I recommend changing the RCS to like 5F. Make sure the F is at the end. And this is if you want to just disable the RCS right here. But yeah, this is the bunny hop key. Now I'll put a link in the description for all the key values so you can check which ones. It's actually right here in this link right here. And if, for example, if I wanted to change it to mouse wheel up, it would be, I actually don't even know where it'd be for mouse wheel up, but the mouse buttons are right here. So it'd be 1, it's the decimal value right here. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever. So I'm just going to go here and change the, now the auto accept actually won't work because of a recent update, but the show ranks will work and pretty much everything else will work as well. So I'm just going to go into the global configs region and I'm going to change the triggerbot key to 5 and the aim key to 6. Now this is the magnet trigger. So basically, like, it snaps to the head and then it will shoot, which is pretty convenient if you like using a scout and you want to make sure that you're gonna hit all your shots. But yeah, now if you want to change the ESP, you just go to glow ESP and here's the color. So I'm gonna disable ally glow like that, and then we'll just change the enemy color. So this is 255065. So this is like a red color. I'm just gonna change this to a green. So we're gonna do 0. It stands for R, red, blue, green. So I'm just gonna put the green here. And this is the alpha value. So this is like how thick the glow is at this right here. And there's also a glow toggle key, which I didn't even know existed, but yeah. So now I'm just gonna compile this and we'll run this cheat again and we'll actually see the difference. Alright, so let's actually check our ESP. So yeah, we just changed the glow ESP to blue, and I can check out the magnet trigger bot right here, just for your one taps. But yeah, this cheat's actually pretty good. Just a simple aim bot, wall hack, trigger bot, you know, for winning your games. It also has a rank reveal, which is pretty useful, and RCS. So you don't really have to worry about the spray control as much. But yeah, I personally use this cheat. It's just, you know, it's just the basics. But if you're a good player, you don't really need that much else. You don't really need backtracking or anything like that. But yeah, I just thought I would make this video for some of the people that were confused and wanted some help for pasting and stuff like that. I know this is not like the best cheat, but in terms of like CSGO simple and stuff like that, sometimes it can be a little bit technical to update those cheats, and some people are a little bit confused. So, but that's about it for this video. Thank you guys, and peace out.